I am not my results. Far greater than that.
And the result is just a learning opportunity anyhow. That's just a thing. Who cares?
Yeah, it's just, and the purpose of a goal is to grow. I mean, we'll just kind of start with that. And if I'm going to set goals in my life, and you have with the plastic bank and me, all of those sorts of things, but it's the attachment to the goal that does me a disservice. It's the attachment that does my team a disservice.
Attachment in general.
Yeah, attachment in general. Attachment to attachment.
You know, Blaine, I think for like attachment, because there's a lot of leaders here. I do want to talk into that, because this is something, if I had learned this, oh my gosh, 6 years ago would have been really beneficial. And that is, there are leaders that get attached to the results, don't they?
Absolutely.
So many leaders get attached to results. And I want to talk into the point of that. Like, when a leader is attached to the result, David, what's the experience on the other side of that?
Well, here's the thing. You can be right or you can be happy. You choose. So I could be right. I got my results, but my life was a catastrophe. My kids don't know me. I'm third time divorced. I have a coronary. Okay, but you're right. Okay, great. And look at all the devastation that unfolds.
So David, as a CEO of Plastic Bank, how do you lead with that? You have corporate vision.
Oh, we're results oriented for sure.
What's your recommendation to leaders that are like, have results that they've got ahead for a company right now, or for an organization, or for their family? I mean, we're all got to have some results. What is your conversation around results during this time when there's so much disruption? How do you lead that conversation without the attachment?
You know, we're very purpose driven. We set out our intentions, and I have a vision for the world and what we're creating. We've created this space where monetized materials. It's not just plastic. So inside of everything we do, just to give it greater context, so inside of what we do is we've created in partnership with IBM, a blockchain-based banking application for the poor that allows every single person in the world to earn financial literacy and therefore financial inclusion. So everything is transacted through the application. And the more often that people transact the material, the more often they return the material, and the greater frequency and the greater quality in the social circle, they get a credit rating. They get credit rating, and because we know the value of the material coming in, there's a debt service ratio. So we truly can give low interest rate loans to highly qualified people who have substantiated their position in the world, where they then get to make change in the world. See, it's not for us to make the change. The core value of the company is to gather together, to be the conduit for the world to come together to then gather the material.
Yeah. I'm hearing something here that I think is really important to drop in. Purpose-driven versus results-driven.
Yes.
And that is, there's a point in the maturation cycle of every company where, I mean, it starts off with a purpose, and the decisions and the activities are organized around that purpose. And at some point, and we need a business to deliver on that purpose. And at some point, there's this flip where the business now becomes more important than the purpose of the vision.
And the purpose is lost.
The purpose gets lost. And with it, you end up with a pandemic, and I mean literally a pandemic of 93% disengagement, according to Gallup, around the world.
Right.
And that's because the focus is on the results and not on the purpose.
Right. So we drive results by purpose.
Yes.
That's it. How much material do we collect? How many lives do we impact? How many more children went to school? And when we focus on the purpose of it, we know that the business, the structure, the infrastructure, the staff, everything else that has to occur, that has to be in place for that to occur.
Yeah.
And the worst case scenario is if we don't hit our targets, is that we still lived into purpose.
Yeah.
And we still had purpose in our soul. And you know, and what is not surprising is that I have almost all of my staff that have children want their children to come and work for us.
That's awesome.
What a beautiful gift.
Boy.
What an honor. Wow. Now I have my children working with me, my best friend and his children. I have a staff around the world that are like, we would like to do an internship. Of course you are. And the whole family has purpose. You see, when there's purpose, it transcends the business.
Yes, it does.
And now it's in the family, and then in the family, it's in the village, and in the village, it's in the community, and the community, it's in the city, and the city, it's in the country. And when it's in the country, and it's in the world, and the purpose transcends all, and it becomes globally unified.
And you're uplifting the experience of being alive on the planet as a consequence of living out your purpose through your business.
Amen. That's really, if we want to come to the quintessential essence of what I do, that is it.
It's truly a business being in service, being in contribution.